You're listening to Freeform Freedom, playing freeform rock and more.
To have experienced the Christ, to have encountered Jesus of Nazareth, to have run headlong into the person of God incarnate must have been like stepping into the path of a hurricane. No one would do it intentionally. Human beings do not seek out hurricanes. Hurricanes happen suddenly, often without much warning. Needless to say, if we can avoid being there, we do. If we can't, we don't. It's really almost as simple as that. To experience the crisis, to run headlong into the path of a hurricane. Jesus said, man cannot live by bread alone. He said that to hungry human beings. He said that to starving children. Yet Jesus was criticized for eating with publicans and sinners, for going among the people eating and drinking, for being a wine bibber, for eating grain on the Sabbath, for eating when he was hungry and sleeping when he was tired. He was criticized by hungry human beings. He was chastised by starving children. On the other hand, for 40 days and 40 nights, Jesus was without food. He told Martha that she was too concerned with food. He said, when you are without food, wash your face. He said, you are too worried about what you shall eat and what you shall drink. He sent his disciples out without food, and on the cross he refused a sponge filled with vinegar. Jesus ate and drank, and he didn't eat and drink. He was something of a paradox as regards hunger and fulfillment. Curiously enough, what has been called the formal extension of the body of Christ, the church, eats and drinks, and it doesn't eat and drink. The church feasts, and the church fasts. The central act of the church is a common meal. The ultimate mythical fulfillment of the church is a heavenly banquet. The church is something of a paradox as regards hunger and fulfillment. To be human is to be hungry. Most children are always hungry. Some children are starving. Starvation is horrible. To be without food is hell. To be the Christ, to be Jesus of Nazareth, to be the person of God incarnate must be like being the eye of a hurricane. The eye of a hurricane is its focus, its power, the apparently unmoving force that instigates the terrible headwind. The hurricane's eye is self-contained and calm, yet the experience of the hurricane itself is scattering, disassembling, chaotic, violent motion. God's action in history is something of a paradox as regards movement and status, integrity and disassociation, peace and a sword, or now, perhaps in a new sense, hunger and fulfillment. One of our hymns reflects this disturbing paradox when it says, the peace of God, it is no peace but strife sown in the sod. And St. Peter appears to have found the peace of God in an upside-down cross. Human beings do not intentionally seek out upside-down crosses. Upside-down crosses happen suddenly, often without much warning. If we can avoid being there, we do. If we can't, we don't. It's really almost as simple as that. God's action in history is something of a paradox as regards hunger and fulfillment. Is it true that 5,000 people who have run headlong into the path of a hurricane and who are hungry for food and starving for peace can have their hunger sated, their disassociation integrated, their very guts, which have been torn apart, healed? And if it is conceivable, can it happen through the vehicles of a few fish, a little bread, and a word? Frankly, I don't know. But I can't say that I don't care, because I do. I care terribly. After all, I'm very hungry, and I'm caught in the headwind of a hurricane. Christ, have mercy upon me. And Jesus had compassion upon the 5,000, for he saw that they had been with him the whole day and were very hungry. Lord, have mercy upon me. And so he asked a little boy, who else, to share his food with them. And from the hands of a child they were fed. You know, children are nice. Jesus likes children. Oh, Christ, have mercy upon me. Starvation is horrible. To be without food is hell. Oh, Lord, come. Lord, come. You know, human beings do not seek out hurricanes. Hurricanes happen. Lord, now let us thou thy servant. Lord, now let us thou thy servant depart in peace. And because Jesus had compassion upon them, and because the little boy had some fish, and because the eye of the hurricane enveloped them, they ate and were filled and went home. It was not very spectacular, but then what is? It appears that Jesus simply left it at that. And then he took a deep breath of fresh air and went back to being a fugitive. Amen.
You gotta listen to my heart going bumpity bump. I need you, baby, and it ain't no lie. Hey, without your love, and I'd surely die. Hey, love. Build a house next door to you. Oh, can I make love to you once in a while? Maybe we can go kissing through the vine. When I come out on the front, girl, you ought to listen to my heart going bumpity bumpity bump. But I need you, baby, it ain't no lie. Well, without your loving, I'd surely die. Hey, I touch your hand and take you to me.
Honest music.
You turn the same. You do love me.
The new Tim Hardin album was recorded at Tim's house in Woodstock, New York. On it, you'll meet Tim's wife, Susan, his son, Damien, and you'll meet a new Tim Hardin, an up Tim Hardin.
One, all in one.
Tim Hardin Suite for Susan Moore and Damien. We are one, all in one, honest and beautiful, like the people who can dig it, on Columbia.
Available at local discount record stores at the low, low price of $3.19.
Tom Rush and the Circle Game.
Yesterday, a child came out to wonder and caught a dragonfly inside a jar. And fearful when the skies were full of thunder and tearful at the falling of a star. And the seasons, they go round and round. Painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round in the circle game. Then the child moved 10 times round the seasons and skated over 10 clear frozen streams. Words like, when you're older, you must appease him, and promises of someday make his dreams. And 16 springs and 16 summers gone now, and cartwheels turned to car wheels through the town. They tell him, take your time, it won't be long now, until you drag your feet to slow the circles down. And the seasons, they go round and round. Painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round in the circle game. So the child who dreamed tomorrow now is 20. Those dreams have lost some grandeur coming true. There'll be new dreams, maybe better dreams and plenty, before the last revolving year is through. and the seasons, they go round and round. Painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round in the circle game. And go round and round. And go round and round in a circle game.
And the words are Joni Mitchell's, and Tom Rush is the artist. From Dearborn, Michigan, WKNR-FM, and by request, Procol Harum.
In the darkness of the night, only occasionally relieved by glimpses of nirvana seen through other people's windows. Wallowing in a morass of self-despair, made only more painful by the knowledge that all I am is of my own making. When everything around me, even the kitchen ceiling, has collapsed and crumbled without warning. And I am left standing, alive and well, looking up and wondering why and wherefore. At a time like this, which exists maybe only for me, it is nonetheless real. If I can communicate, and in the telling and the bearing of my soul, anything is gained, even though the words which I use are pretentious and make you cringe with embarrassment. Let me remind you of the pilgrim who asked for an audience with the Dalai Lama. He was told that he must first spend 5 years contemplation. After the 5 years, he was ushered into the Dalai Lama's presence and said, "Oh, my son, what do you wish to know?" So the pilgrim said, "I wish to know the meaning of life, Father." So the Dalai Lama smiled and said, "Well, my son, life is like a beanstalk, isn't it?"
Close by that which some despise, which some call fake and others lies, and somewhat small for one so tall. A doubting Thomas who would be? It's written plain for all to see, for one who I am with no more. It's hard at times, it's awful raw. They say that Jesus healed the sick and helped the poor, and those unsure believed his eyes. A strange disguise. Still write it down, it might be read. Nothing's better left unsaid. Only sometimes, still no doubt, it's hard to see. It all works out.
And all the while the glare of the baking, aching spotlights beat down upon his cloak. And though the crowd clapped furiously, they could not see the joke. 'Twas tea time at the circus, but some would not agree. As jugglers dance and horses prance and clowns clown endlessly, but drunk to tell the elephants, quite silent, never spoke. And though the crowd clapped desperately, they did not see the joke. When my hair is turning grey, for the milk has finally curdled, and I've nothing left to say. When all my thoughts are spoken, save my last departing birth. Autumn of my madness, which in coming won't be long. For the nights are now much darker, and the daylight's not so strong. And the things which I believed in are no longer quite enough. know if I'd been wiser, this would never have occurred. But I wallowed in my blindness, so it's plain that I deserve for the sin of self-indulgence when the truth was writ quite clear. I must spend my life amongst the dead who spend their lives in fear of a death that they're not sure of a life they can't control. It's all so simple, really, if you just look to your soul, yeah. Some say that I'm a wise man, some think that I'm a fool. It doesn't matter either way, I'll be a wise man's the lesson lies in learning, and by teaching I'll be taught. For there's nothing hidden anywhere, it's all there to be sought. And so if you know anything, look close.
You're listening to Freeform Freedom, playing freeform rock and more.
We'll be in next weekend with the Who at the ballroom. Doing his own. Let's see if I can find something from Michigan Mobile. WKNR, that's where you're listening. You're born in Michigan. How are we supposed to play these things if we can't find them? It's unbelievable. So much junk in all my life. Well, maybe that's copied. Well, wait a minute. There it is. It's not on a cartridge. Russ Gibb, that's my name. What's your name? What do you look like? You've been out doing your gardening, eh? If you want the finest quality, then you should be listening to your favorite underground of this groovy home unit from Michigan Mobile Radio. It has an AM radio, FM radio, plus FM stereo radio with separate brass, bass, that's what I'm trying to say, and treble, and loudness controls and a headphone jack. It also plays 8-track stereo tapes and has an illuminated program indicator. It's complete with its own walnut speaker enclosures and 6 speakers. This home unit is nationally advertised at $199.95, but you can buy it for a limited time only for $149.95 complete if you mention WKNR-FM. See Crazy Jack at any of the Rascals at either Michigan Mobile Radio locations on Livernois, a block south of 8 Mile, or on Warren, 3 blocks east of Southfield. The magic number is 846-0472. I think maybe we'll pick up the phone in a little while. And Bill, I can't find those checks. I don't know what I lost them somewhere. There's Procol Harum. And, what was I going to tell you? I was going to give you some big piece of information. It's WKNR-FM, Dearborn, Michigan, and I want to thank the guy for the Fresca pillow. Somebody sent me a Fresca pillow. It's Mike Blakey and in Yinger in Dearborn. Thank you, Mike, very, very much. I appreciate it. It's a great big pillow. It's like a Fresca can. Be the first in your neighborhood to break your chromosomes. They got this round pillow in a plastic bag, and it looks very bad.
What happens if you wrap the mic in a plastic bag? Can you hear? Hello? Hello? Isn't that funny? It still plays. We got it sanitized. Now, speak of obscenity. It won't blow up. Oh, has it got a hole in it? You got to watch those things. That's very dangerous. Have a plastic bag with a hole in it. Yeah, have a plastic bag. With a hole in it. We're going to have Creedence Clearwater, John Fogerty, the leader of the band. We're going to call him at 4 o'clock, and we'll be rapping with him about Creedence. They're at the ballroom tonight, out of sight. And then don't forget, along with them is The Litter, which is a very good band, and the Churls from Toronto, I believe. And it's 4:50, so spread the gospel and get your whatever you get in motion out to the ballroom tonight. This will be a good show. And then no age limit tomorrow, Taj Mahal. And it's only $2.50 tomorrow. You ever see Taj?
He had an album, man.
Oh, great, man. Tremendous show he puts on. Let me just tell you about Alma's here. Just a minute. Press red button. I like to press a button. I get a sexual thrill out of pressing that little red button. Why's that?
You can get 8-track tapes anywhere in town, but not at the low prices at Alma's Hi-Fi Stereo. A radio special is yours. Capital 8-track, regularly $6.98, now just $5.60. Top artists, too. The Beatles, Glenn Campbell, Beach Boys, Lou Rawls, Letterman, The Seekers, Chad and Jeremy, even the great Bob Seger and SRC. Alma's Hi-Fi Stereo on Michigan Avenue just east of Greenfield and 618 South Main in Ann Arbor. Great sounds and great savings at Alma's right now.
We'll get to the phone. We've got this. I go put this one guy on. Keep it clean, okay? Hey, are you there? You keep it clean. What's your name? Yeah, what's the last name, Kevin? Okay, we got Kevin Kaczynski. You're on, Kevin.
Okay.
Yeah, speak, my boy.
Well, like I was saying, you know, how they, really rapped the MC5 really bad in the Los Angeles Free Press.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be cool, if, because, they rapped the Grandy Ballroom, too.
Oh, I know, yeah, sure.
I think it would be, kind of cool if we got, like, all the people that go to the Grandy and everything, and got, like a big letter and sent it to them, and told them where to go or something.
Yeah, well, we're going to do that in our festival. The Rock and Roll Revival, May 30, 31st, out at the State Fairgrounds, is a Grandy thing. And we've purposely laid off the big hype groups, the groups that ask thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Because they're bummers, frankly, a lot of them. And what was that? Was that your photograph?
No.
That was strange. Anyway, at our festival, we're going to have Dr. John the Night Tripper, Terry Reid, Johnny Winters, his first performance outside of New York, not Joe Crocker, Chuck Berry, the Frost, the MC5, all the great Michigan names, And we've got Sun Ra coming in. You know who Sun Ra is?
No.
You're kidding me.
No.
Seriously?
Seriously.
You don't know who Sun Ra is?
No.
Oh, wow. Well, are you in for an education? We're calling it an educational festival because we've taken music and put it together in a way like it's never been put together. And our festival is going to be a total environment thing out at the State Fair. So keep it open. And we lowered our price down to $3.50 each day. And that's for music from 12 noon till 12 midnight. And that's May 30, 31st. So, get your tickets at Hudson's and Grinnell's. And this is our answer to the hype festivals,
Yeah.
I'm so sick of groups coming in from the West Coast, which went in 8 weeks ago anyway, acting like, they're it. They come and they suck all the dough out of our community and then tell us that our bands are no good.
Yeah, like LA Free Press.
The LA Free Press is a hype. I'm sick of that type of thing. I'm sick of New York, and I'm sick of... I've been in this business longer than anybody around this town, into the ballroom business. And quite frankly, I've seen all the junk that they've handed us. I've seen some of the big acts go the star routine, you know. And they want to put it on in the giant auditoriums, you know. It's got to be a 15,000 room place or they don't want to play. Well, who's kidding who? You can't see anything in a 15,000. You ever been up at Cobo Hall?
No.
You ever been up in Peanut Heaven?
No.
Well, get up there sometime, and by the time you look down on the stage, they look like ants performing. Yeah, what do you... Just a minute. Yeah, what do you want?
Steve Robbins on the phone for you.
Tell him I didn't find the checks, and he'll have to just wait until a little bit later on. When I get off the air, I'll give him a check. If he needs it, tell him to use his own check, okay? Okay, where are we? Okay, you're starting a one-man campaign, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you call up John Sinclair on ABX now and tell him the same thing you just told me, okay?
Do you have the number for
yeah, just a minute. Well, wait, I may have a private number that I'm not supposed to give out, but just ask the information for the regular ABX number, okay?
Okay.
That's cool.
Okay.
Tell John to say hello and tell him I'll talk to him tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And on we go. Yeah, I'm sick of that type of junk, too. Speaking to Dr. John, he's insane, you know.
Ba-doom, 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 ba-doom.
Dr. John, the night tripper. Have you been taking any trips lately? Fly the freaky way. Never leave your own bedroom. If you want to get cancer, smoke cigarettes. Come on, get some cancer today. Let's hear it for cancer, folks. Oh, cancer. Wow, what a bummer. That must be terrible to get cancer. Yeah, you keep smoking those cigarettes to prove how big you are, you know. Big He-Man. That's me pounding my chest. Chest, buddy. 15 minutes... No, dear, not... I'm sorry, I can't. 15 minutes to... Oh, look at your own watch. Telling time. Why do they give me all the hard questions? Are you shopping for a new or a used motorcycle? I noticed Tiny Tim split with mine today. Out at some party out at Edward Hines Drive. Wonder what they're doing in the bushes. They used to call them grassers. Grassers. And they used to drink beer. And now the name is more apropos. I haven't read the paper. What happened? Gall got kicked out. And the new children are taking over. Hurrah, let's hear it for the new children. Get down, will you? Come on, get. Oh, I love you. Wow. You're a redhead, eh? And you're 5'6". And your name's Cecilia. The magic number to call is 846-0472. We do not take requests. But if you got something irrelevant to say, something to sum up today's world and the stupidity that is manifested in every moment of its existence, lay it on me. If you got the answer to today's world, come speak with me. Oh, yeah, if you're shopping for a new or used motorcycle, don't forget motorcycle insurance. Motor City Underwriters offers complete public liability and property damage insurance for as little as $18 a year, depending on the cycle you buy. That's even less than the $35 state fee you'd pay as an uninsured driver. So call Motor City Underwriters and say, Uncle Russ sent me. Northwest office, call 341-4439, or our East Side office, Prescott, PR, 66300. Motor City. If you don't have a motorcycle, you're out of it. What a thrill to ride down the street with your hair hanging down to your brains and really more, the wind. Haven't you ever wanted to escape from that hum-dum classroom? Humpty Dumpty sat on the stool. No, what am I talking about? And teacher kept rapping away, didn't say anything. Stupidity. That name is Gibb, G-I-B-B, and the Grandy Ballroom's where it's happening. All the time. And don't forget, next weekend, the Hoo-Hoo. That's right, the Hoo-Hoo. The Who from England. And they're going to perform their folk opera, Tommy, that Peter Townsend wrote. For the first time in the United States, every night they're going to perform Tommy right on stage at the Grandy. So get on down. The tickets are $5. Hudson's and Grinnell's have them. There's no age limit. I think you'll dig it. So come on down and do your thing next weekend. And the week after that, we got a great show, man. Got the MC5 back from New York, along with Sun Ra. That's right, Sun Ra. You'll love it. I got to get some Sun Ra stuff. Like somebody call up John and tell him to send it over to me. I fell in love about 2 weeks ago at the ballroom with Julie Driscoll.
liar if I was to say to you, we couldn't get much higher. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire. The time for hesitation's through. There's no time to while away the mire. We could only lose, and our love become a funeral pyre. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on and light my fire. Try to set the night on
Driscoll, and Brian Auger in the Trinity. Russ Gibb here, Uncle Russ in the Grandy Ballroom. I saw my picture in Action Age, and I want to suggest that you each take that sheet and you put it up on your dartboard and have fun in games. The weather is sort of nice out. The sun was peeking around, but there's a chance of some thunder showers. So if you're going riding, take your rainsuit with you. Temperature's around 77. Tonight, clearing and cooler. And tomorrow, sunny and pleasant. And I'll be locked up here in the little studio. Without you. In about 10, 15 minutes, we'll call Creedence Clearwater and rap with John Fogerty, the leader. Maybe we can, get into some stuff together. Hey, what happened with Dennis Day in the Union? Does anybody know? I wish somebody would call me and straighten me out. If Dennis is listening, call me, will you? Oh, I also want Stoney of the Wilson Moore Pursuit and Stoney. Is that it? Or, yeah. The chick singer to call me. I'd like to do an interview with her someday. Yes. We had a nice time out at the Mary Thompson Junior High School last Thursday, talking to all the elementary principals. No much wonder the kids are dropping out of elementary schools. Huh? I understand they're still kicking kids out of some high schools for hair. They don't know what's happening. And I want to congratulate the people that put the Law Day program on at Etzel Ford High. If the kids didn't respect the law after that program, they never will. Oh, Rick Osborne, I want. If anybody knows where Rick is, have him call me. Got a lot of things got to get down. There. Make everything happen. WKNR-FM, the sound of resistance in Detroit. And oh, yeah, Creedence Clearwater tonight, along with The Litter and the Churls. Litter was a pretty good band last night. Creedence Clearwater was out of sight. And only $4.50, so it's a good price, a great show. Come on down and see the new ballroom. See what Tom Wright and Pondbird and the guys did down at the ballroom. Freak you out. You'll love the Grandy, It's where it's at. No redone theaters at the Grandy. It's a ballroom. The real McCoy. And not put on by jerks, put on by real people. I'll dedicate this to Danny Carlisle, who's off on his vacation in California. And let me see. Thank you for your letters. We'll get on with some music. Here's Lee Michaels' new thing, Goodbye, Goodbye.
Trace me.
Michaels. I was talking to somebody that saw the Hendrix thing, said that Hendrix was pretty good. I know he and Noel Redding weren't even talking last night when I talked to him. Did Noel or any of the guys make it over the ballroom? I don't know. Yeah, what's your name? I'm putting you on the air. What's your name?
Yeah, right, man. Pat.
What?
Pat.
Pat?
Yeah.
I didn't get the last name.
Oh, subpoena.
Subpoena?
Yeah, like, the court order, all that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what'd you think of the concert? You dug it?
Oh, yeah, wow, he was really great. You know what was pretty rotten, though? They, made him quit.
Why?
He was really getting into it, and they, start turning on the lights, and the cops told him to quit now.
When was this? At what time?
Oh, well, I guess it was getting close to 11. He was doing Voodoo Child.
And they cut him down.
Yeah, cops waving their flashlights, tell him to stop, but he wouldn't stop. So then they turned on all the lights, and, that was it. He walked off.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. I didn't talk to Jimmy. I talked to Noel and the other guy last night when they got into town, but I didn't talk to Jimmy.
Yeah, he puts on quite a show. Wow.
Well, yeah, 50% of the time he does. He's like Steppenwolf. Sometimes they do great shows, and other times they do bummer.
Wow. When they were at the Grand, it didn't sound so good.
They were stinky, as far as I was concerned. Took a lot of money, too. Not worth it. You didn't catch Creedence Clearwater?
No, I'm planning on going tonight, though.
You will not be disappointed.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, they got a nice thing unto themselves. If you're into the rhythm, beat, they flipped out over the audience at the Grandy, too. They couldn't believe there's this type of people in Detroit. I gotta lay off those cigarettes. They give you cancer. You got cancer?
No.
Have you been smoking?
No, I don't smoke.
You don't smoke? Nothing?
Well, let's not cigarettes.
Yeah, okay. I was referring to cigars and things. Okay. What school you go to?
De La Salle Collegiate.
Where?
De La Salle Collegiate.
De La Salle.
Yeah, it's, all boys. Wow.
That must be pretty hard, in the sense that doesn't that lead to some type of frustrations? I mean, like at night, don't you go a little bit batty or something?
It's rough. This is my 4th year, and,
Well, are you going into the priesthood or something?
Am I what?
Are you going to become a priest or something? Isn't that isn't that like a pre-priest school or something?
It's not really. They have brothers teaching, and they're, you're supposed to come out of there as a well-rounded Christian or something, but,
There's something strange about all boys school and all girls school, I don't know, maybe that's just my opinion. I wouldn't send a kid to an all boys school or an all girls school. What do you think about all the priests wanting to get married? Have you been reading about that?
Yeah, well...
They ever talk about it at De La Salle?
Oh, yeah, they say, priests wouldn't have time for their wife and all this because of their other duties, but I don't think so. I think, if they want to, why not?
Yeah, sometimes the priests are really bright cats, They got a lot of brains, and they should be sharing those with their offspring,
They're even considering, letting it be, so why not?
Oh, yeah, right. I think they used to be able to get married. Up until the 16th century, priests could get married. Did you know that?
Well, look at the first priest, the apostles. Wow, they're all married.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, they were swingers. They used to hang around with all the bad people. Of course, I was reading a Roman history book yesterday, and I learned something I didn't know. That when the Romans depicted Christ, they always had him shaved, He never had a beard because they thought that was a sign of the barbarians. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so in all the pictures of Rome, when early Roman Christianity, they'd shave him up. It was not until much later, in the middle centuries, do they start putting the beard back on him, which I guess he really did sport when he was bopping around Jerusalem and things.
Yeah, well, probably they all wore beards,
Yeah, of course you get kicked out of school, some schools today, if you wear a beard.
Oh, wow, you talk about schools that'll hassle you for hair. Oh, wow.
Does De La Salle do the number on you?
Oh, man, they'll kick you out and they'll tell you don't come back till you get your hair cut.
Why do they do that, I wonder? You got any ideas?
I figure, it's just the impression that they're going to give the people at this school, nobody goes there except, people that are just about perfect,
Yeah, well, probably, you get a passport or a graduation certificate saying you were entitled to one free trip to heaven or something. Of course, that's Christian heaven. Never mind Siddhartha or anything like that, poor old Buddha.
Oh, yeah, we're thinking of doing in our yearbook, like one guy in our room just got kicked out because he wouldn't shave his mustache.
Hurrah for him.
Yeah, man, that's what we're saying,
So what are you going to do?
What?
What are you going to do? What evil are you planning?
We're trying to get a picture of him in the yearbook, in memorial or something.
Yeah, for our brother who has passed.
Yeah.
It's like living in the catacombs. You hang out at the Grandie and you get hassled by the man. And,
I really give him credit. They told him either shave it or leave, so he left.
Yeah, it takes a certain amount of you-know-what to do that.
In a nice way, he told them to, where they go.
Mm-hmm, and it certainly wasn't heaven. Well, listen, I got to split.
Okay,
what was your name?
Pat.
Pat what?
Supina.
Yeah, so that your school knows who to kick out next. Okay, Pat.
Wow.
When you get kicked out of school, call me.
Okay.
Bye-bye. And another human being out there. It's good talking to you. Good to know that there are people who stand up for what they believe. It's 7 minutes after 4 on WKNR-FM. This is Uncle Russ from the Grandie Ballroom. We'll be talking to Creedence Clearwater here in about 10 minutes now. And I would suggest that if you're kicking around on May 30, 31st, come on down to Detroit's Rock and Roll Revival at the Michigan State Fairgrounds. Admission is $3.50. The music will run from 12 to 12 each night. We've got the MC5, the Frost, the Third Power, the Red, White, and Blues Band. We've got Terry Reed. We've got Chuck Berry. We've got Johnny Winters. We've got Sun Ra. And who else do we have? We're trying to get a hold of Parliaments. Well, you name it. We're going to give a real educational... Oh, and Dr. John, the night tripper, will be there. And it should be an outstanding cultural educational event. So come on, freaks, let us unite in the communion of music. And that's May 30, 31st. That's a holiday. And they'll be coming from all over the country to that one.
Don't call me nigga, don't call me whitey, nigga. Don't call me nigga, whitey. Don't call me whitey, nigga. Well, I was down
Don't call me nigger, Whitey. Don't call me Whitey nigger. That's Sly from his new album called Stand. It's Uncle Russ from the Grande Ballroom. It's 16 minutes after 4. On WKNR-FM, Sound of Resistance in Detroit. Well, actually, we're in Dearborn, but you'll forgive me for that. I got John Fogerty, a good Jewish name. He's on the line here from Creedence Clearwater Revival, as they say in their contract. John, are you there, my boy?
Right here.
How come you got the revival on the end of Creedence Clearwater?
Make it hard for you to say.
No, actually, I dig the revival thing. I have a pop festival coming up May 30, 31st, and I'm calling it the Rock and Roll Revival, because it sort of gets down, you know, when you get to a revival. Are you a hillbill?
Not really, no.
Where'd you pick up the Bayou country thing?
Probably a dream.
Uh-huh,
I've wanted to be all my life, you know. And the place we live, well, we're from San Francisco, basically.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. You know Mouse out there?
Right. Kelly?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we played one of his many benefits.
Okay. Yeah, that's sort of in. By the way, how's it feel to be in a state that dropped in about 8 weeks ago?
Is that true?
Yeah. Mentally and spiritually, California, as far as I'm concerned, dropped in about 8 weeks ago into the sea. It's all over as far as I'm concerned. When the Jefferson airplane came out here with a hype and an ego trip that was unbelievable, I decided that California had to go. Of course, I would like to see, you know, San Mateo and Sausalito and that type of thing stick around for a while. That's sort of pretty up there. Half Moon Bay. You ever been up to Half Moon Bay?
Oh, yeah. Now it's a home of the drag strip.
You're kidding.
No.
When they put that in?
It's been the last 5 years or so.
Oh, wow. Unbelievable. Tell me about your music, man. How'd you get going? You know, who was the impetus? Are you a hype or are you for real?
I don't know. I've heard that word used so much now, I'm beginning to lose whatever connotation it used to have.
Yeah, that's cool. That's intelligent. I'm glad he intelligent remark. Which one am I talking to on
John.
Yeah, I know John, but on the back of the album, which one are you hiding?
I'm in the lower left-hand corner.
The lower left-hand, with the myopic one.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your eyesight?
How did you know? Because I wasn't wearing glasses there.
Yeah, sure. Sure No, that's the other one.
Right. I'm the one that isn't wearing them.
Yeah, but your pupils are very enlarged there.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, and that's the way you can tell, you know. If they're dilated, I get worried about you.
Yeah.
But if they're very large, yeah, ooh, well.
That was weird. We were looking right into the sun.
Were you really?
Yeah.
I like the yellow in the thing. There's a warmth in those pictures. But
inner glow.
Well, I'm not sure about that. Now, how did you guys get going?
Well, it isn't like a fabulous overnight story or anything. It's like we've been together 10 years, and nothing really started happening until about a year ago.
And some record company president is your guiding light, and actually he's your genius, but he's also going to ruin you. But go ahead.
No, I don't think so. Actually, he's not. I suppose you're referring to Saul Zaentz.
Yeah.
His main attribute is he just leaves us alone. We just do what we want to do.
That's not what the promoters say, but go ahead.
Really? Wow, that's far out.
Yeah, I've heard more greedhead things about Saul and you guys, and it's unbelievable.
Oh, well, no, it's not. I don't know what that means.
Well, what it means in translation is that the group is good and could be around for a long, long time, but frankly, the monies that Saul is saying and demanding, and these are what agents tell me, you know, is gonna burn you out. You're gonna be like Steppenwolf, good for 2 or 3 times around, and then, you know, kiss off, because that's the end of it.
Wow, I hope not. No, because
I hope not too, because it's a good group. I really dig your sounds. You know?
Yeah, thank you. He doesn't handle like any of our business at all. And he's really not like that either. It's really, in fact, he's probably he was the first guy in his whole 10 years of, meeting people and stuff that didn't come on and say, hey, you've got to do this, you've got to do that.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do anything. He just said, go in and record, do whatever you want to do, with the idea of making an album. And ever since then, he says less and less,
He's making more and more.
Right. But it's not a big, we're really it's a very family type thing. He's my best friend, really is.
Your brother is into the thing too, isn't he?
Right.
Which one is your brother in the pics?
If I can think of it, I think he's up, he's on the top there.
Does he have a mustache too?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, then he's the clean-shaven one.
Right.
Okay, yeah, he's above you. Yeah, I see some resemblance.
I never did, but...
Yeah, well,
right.
You better check with your father on that.
Right, exactly.
But, so, into your music thing, where did you get this distinctive, I don't know, is it a backbeat? I don't know, what would you call it? There is...
what other people say, and they call it a feel for the music and all that sort of,
Mm-hmm.
and all that's more or less hype.
Good for you.
Well, it really is, because I think it's a matter of either you're doing it honestly or you're not.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose there are certain types of music that we just couldn't pull off, so we don't, or we don't try.
Right.
In fact, we made some records under various names over the years that really didn't have anything,
What were those names, can I ask?
We were the Blue Velvets in high school.
What high school?
El Cerrito High School.
El Cerrito?
Sure.
El Cerrito, how far is that from San Mateo?
Well, it's right across from San Francisco.
Ah, yeah, right.
You see the sunset over the bridge every night.
Okay, I'm hip. And you jumped into that, and then where did you go? What name?
From about 65 till about 67, we were the Gollywogs, believe it or not.
Oh, God.
And that was a real manager trip. We had a manager and all that
junk. Mm-hmm. The Gollywogs.
Right. And we wore funny hats, and we did everything he told us to do.
Mm-hmm. And you failed.
Well, we felt like real saps,
Yeah,
but, if you have a manager, you approach it two ways. If you're going to have one, then obviously he knows what he's doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this guy'd been in the business 20 years. He used to own Fantasy Records.
Okay, and, that's a tip-off there.
Right. And even though Fantasy was going nowhere,
mm-hmm.
They had this great stuff, old Brubeck, about any name in jazz you could find. He was there originally, but they all left to become famous. They went somewhere else and made it. Well, in our case, the company changed hands, and Soul got it. He'd been the sales representative for all those years. But anyway, the guy that used to be president had us doing all these things, and it seemed like, well, he must know, But it was a completely gimmick, hype, commercial thing, and we finally said, well, about 67, I got out of my active duty, and we came home, and I was just, my head was all turned around and screwed up, so we just said, well, we ain't making it anyhow. Let's not make it on our own terms rather than theirs,
That's good thinking.
So, if we're going to bomb, we might as well do something we like and bomb,
Yeah.
So that's what happened. We incorporated completely what we'd been doing only as part of our thing before. The part that we dug, this sort of, I don't know, it's sort of a country feel, I guess, to it. I don't know. It's just, I call it country for lack of a better term. But in other words, the records I heard that sounded that way all came from Memphis or down south a little more.
Right.
And then a few of them were country artists, if you call them that, from like the Chess Checker thing.
Sure.
Wolf, Muddy Waters. They were like transplanted country boys, But
have you ever heard Earl Hooker?
Earl Hooker?
Yeah.
Oh, matter of fact.
Somebody called me today and was hyping about a blues guy named Earl Hooker. I've heard, of course, John Lee is from Detroit, And there is a thing that I think that's going on in the Western thing. The Flying Burrito Brothers were out.
I didn't really mean Western.
You didn't mean the Western thing.
No,
you mean the
country without the Western.
Without the Western.
Yeah.
Sort of the Nashville type thing.
Sort of. It's like country blues, but I guess...
Yeah, but what's the... Graham Parson is really from Memphis, isn't he?
Right.
He's into that.
Right.
Even though the Burrito Brothers do get into a Western.
Well, what has happened, like in California, that's why we really stay away from Hollywood and L.A.
Oh, yeah, that's smart.
L.A. has become a great big cow town.
Yeah.
Every other little store is, country weather, effects.
Yeah, right.
Saddles, and it's kind of plastic, right on Sunset.
Yeah, well, it's probably a sexual hang-up thing. Everybody wants to be cowboys.
Yeah, right. So there's all kinds of that opening up, clubs and everything. It's kind of dumb, really. actually.
Yeah, okay. So you got into the Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Yeah, revival was like personal. It didn't mean the music at all.
Okay.
With us, it was like after 9 years of being strung out, we said, well, you know, let's get ourselves back where we were when we started.
What were you in the Air Force?
Army.
Army.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
We forgive you for that.
Well, it was like I didn't volunteer.
Yeah.
And it wasn't full active. I was like reserve and inactive. And
Okay. Clearwater. Why Clearwater?
Truth.
Truth.
Simplicity, you know, without getting all clouded up by
Yeah.
And also like a commercial. It was the way I was feeling, but a commercial on TV really struck me. It was a little tow-headed kid looking in what used to be just a really neat river.
And it's all
now full of
polluted.
old tires and junk.
Yeah. Hey, that's.
I just looked at it and said, wow, that's what's been happening to us, you know. Let's get it back to where it was. So.
And Creedence.
That means just truth.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's good. It's good that you put your head into the title a little bit. Are you making a lot of money in that sense now?
I suppose we haven't really realized any of, what I don't know. All the things I always read aren't true.
Yeah. Okay.
Now that we're sort of getting there, but like it makes things easier. You know, we can fly the equipment instead of renting a bus
and driving it through
10,000 miles with it.
Yeah. Have you played the Fillmores?
Yeah, quite a bit. Fillmore West 4 or 5 times. Fillmore East 3 times.
Did you really get your first big, public push at the Fillmores, or were they?
No, actually, the first public push was the album itself.
I see.
Yeah, the album came out first, and about a month later, Graham discovered us.
Okay. What do you think of Bill?
He's great, really.
You got a hell of a temper.
Yeah, right.
When
that's part of his thing. It's a reaction, though. He's from New York, and
yeah, right.
We can see it now that we've been there a few times. Wow.
You have to survive in New York City. It's a real strange. What did you think when you were coming out to Detroit, man? I mean, what this is your first time here, isn't it?
Right.
What did you expect out here in the boonies?
Well, I didn't think of it like that. That's for sure. Mainly, I guess we all sort of pictured Motown, that kind of thing. You know?
Okay. Was the ballroom what you expected?
It was better, really, because it was like the old Fillmore used to be.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say. That now you were up against Hendrix last night, and you still did well. Considering the big Hendrix concert.
Right.
Now tonight, I think you ought to jam the place.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah, maybe even get into percentages, which I hope.
Right. All agents talking.
Yeah, that's agents talking. But we got to pay the bills, and at that number. So what's coming up album-wise for you?
We're right in the middle of our 3rd album.
What are you going to call it?
No title yet.
No title yet. That's sort of a good title unto itself.
Right. Maybe we'll call it Head Cleaning Tape.
Head Cleaning Tape. Or Life and Times in the Grandee John.
Right.
I mean, there's something to that effect.
No, we want to keep it really simple. Like, anytime there's any kind of a, what we could call it, Creedence the Third or something, but that gets really old,
It's hard when, if you think too long about a title or a name, you discard every one that you come up with.
Yeah.
Because you just get too heavy on it.
Right.
Normally, it's just a feel thing. When you say it once or twice, and then you automatically know that's it, and then don't think too much about it, or you'll blow your mind on it.
Have they really been? I don't know, but have things really been hyped out here? You seem to have a sort of like if we,
Oh yeah, right. Let me tell you what we've got coming down here. We watched California, San Francisco thing come on. Okay, now we knew a lot of the early people with the Family Dog were Detroiters.
Right.
And I knew a lot of those. Gurley and that mob with the holding company.
Mm-hmm.
They're all from Detroit, Jim. And Mouse and these people. So we had a feel for the San Francisco thing. We knew what was going down. We watched it develop naturally about 4 or 5 years ago, and it was really quite beautiful.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, the record companies and the mass media discovered it, and it really bastardized it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I was out to San Francisco about 1.5 years ago last time, and it was a completely ugly scene compared to what had been going down. Okay.
Right.
Everybody was in doing their number. Then we watched Boston.
Oh.
That whole scene. And we were sitting out here with some pretty good music, in our own town.
From Detroit. Right.
Yeah, and just recently, within the last 3 months, every big record company has been in here, signed up everybody, and sort of did a rate number on us, okay?
Wow, that's a drag.
In one sense, we are not in the media. For instance, let Mickey Mouse play down at Steve's Club in New York, the scene, and 3 or 4, big writers, Warner and all these cats, will make it down, and you'll read reviews in The Stone or in Crawdaddy or something.
Mm-hmm.
You dig it?
Yeah.
Whereas some fine stuff is going on out here in the Midwest continually, but nobody ever comes down, So we don't have the national hype thing, but it's gradually creeping out that from the real nitty-gritty, the center of the whole scene is we're right in the middle, man.
Well, that's cool.
And we've got some of the great people on the university level doing their number around here, and the bands we're sort of angry out here a little bit. We had one of the best riots in the world in Detroit. Dig it? We didn't mess around. When we had our riot, we had the big one. Okay. Our music says this. And our bands, frankly, I've seen the Airplane. They came in and they took out of Detroit something like $12,500. Okay, for one shot. And there were other groups from Detroit that got like a measly $200 or $300, and they were better. And I think there was a resentment at that point that nobody's uptight about a band taking money out because it's expensive to be on the road.
Right.
Dig?
Right.
I mean, I understand that. But there was a feeling that Michigan bands or the things that are going on here have been sort of ignored. There was not a reciprocal deal going on with the West Coast.
Yeah, I did that.
And we have our own ballroom scene, and we've been going. And this is the feeling, John, that we've had, a sort of a frustration and an anger.
I picked up a little of that. Not a lot, but just a hint of it.
Yeah, I think it's here. And
I don't know, all those 9 or 10 years while we weren't making it, we were always convinced we'd have to go somewhere else.
Oh, wow.
San Francisco wasn't the center of anything.
Yeah, right.
I mean, the city fathers always say, cultural, this and that and the other, but nothing was happening.
I'm here.
And when San Francisco, just exploded on the scene, I was gone. And really, that blew my mind, because we could have sort of gotten there just as residual from hanging around. The way
Right.
the early groups who sort of have since faded,
Yeah.
they got prominence just by living there. And most of them actually weren't from there in the first place.
I'm hip. Sure.
And here we'd been there all that time, growing up and all that. And nothing happened for us, So
Right.
we sort of ignored the whole thing. We almost stayed away from San Francisco by, consciously, by trying to do our own thing, across the bay. Now it's just a couple of miles.
Sure.
But culturally, we were just, we moved away from it.
A million miles.
Because, the whole thing got really psychedelic and
Yeah, I'm hip. Psychedoly.
I don't know. I didn't go for that at all.
Well, listen, I want to say that we'll see you tonight when you do your number, and I'll be very honest with you. I have not met you personally, but I've talked to you a couple times on the phone, and I'm impressed with you. You sound like you make good sense.
Oppressed?
No, not oppressed. No. If I lose money, man, I'll feel oppressed. But if we even break even, I'll be happy. But at that point, I think the thing that got to me is that when we talked about the $5 price on the contract, and I told you that we wanted to lower it to $4.50, and you didn't get uptight,
Well,
that was really cool. That was the first sign that maybe your heads are in the right place, as far as we're concerned. That's a value judgment.
Yeah, I don't know. It's money's the whole thing, and it's not like we're poor or anything.
Yeah, right.
Like last year, but. I suppose you could really get hung up on it. We're not out to scalp anybody or anything.
I think that's the thing, and I honestly, John, I think that some of the groups, like the new Cream, they haven't even got a new album on. They're asking 20 G's and 65%.
Right.
And Hendrix comes through, wanting 20 G's guaranteed. The Doors, the whole scene became so
That's what
corrupted.
I usually think of when someone says hype,
Yeah, that's what I go through, and because there are a lot of kids that can only afford $3 or $4,
Sure.
and they dig the music, and frankly, that's the name of the game, really, when you get down to it. You're a musician. I'm a man that brings musicians and people together. Sure, we all got to eat and make a thing, but we don't have to grow fat on the thing, dig it?
Right.
You know, I mean, we have an obligation to human beings. And, oh, well, I get corny like that.
Well, it's really true. Like when usually I couldn't afford to go see people, but when I did, especially when I was quite a bit younger, it was never more than $2.
Yeah, sure. And this is the way it is with the local groups around here. We can put on a show for $2.50. Like Taj came through is coming to the ballroom tomorrow night. Have you ever heard him?
Oh, yeah.
Taj Mahal. Okay, he came in for a real low price. And so with a couple local bands and Taj, on a Sunday, we can charge $2.50 and we have a nice evening of music and nobody's uptight on the thing. Whereas Canned Heat came through last week and because of the money they had to get, they have a mad manager.
Right,
and,
he tried to become ours.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, he's got a greed thing going. It ended up just a bummer. We had to charge $5 and really that's a lot of bread. You take a little gal out and it's $10.
Right.
Man, that's a lot of money. Just to get music, so, I don't know.
Listen to the record.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to put you on, and we're going to play some of you, and I thank you for taking time out. And get your tailbone out of the pontchartrain. It's really nice, but it's somehow or other it's not you. Okay? Or maybe it really is you. We'll see you tonight.
All right, right.
Say hello to the other guys for me. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Standing to my daddy and me.
Creedence Clearwater Revival.
You're listening to Freeform Freedom, playing freeform rock and more.
Creedence Clearwater Revival on the Bayou. On WKNR-FM, Dearborn, Michigan. It's Uncle Russ and the Grandy Ballroom, where Creedence will do their thing tonight. 4:50, tickets available at the door. And 8 until 1 o'clock. And it's at Grand River at Beverly, 1 block south of Joy in Detroit. So come on down there and we'll see the Litter and the Churls. It should be good. I got to get some things out of the way. We got to tell you about fire prevention first. Just a minute. 1, 2, 3.
The Detroit Fire Department urges you not to dash to the store or to visit next door, leaving children home alone. Think. What could you lose?
Yeah, you got toasted, toasted children is very, that's a bummer. Shopping for a new or used motorcycle, don't forget motorcycle insurance. Yeah, Motor City Underwriters. I guarantee you should have it. Somebody swung with my bike about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I was insured by Motor City, and I got a brand new one. Even though we are arguing about with the adjuster as to how much the other one was worth, but my lawyer will take care of that, I'm sure. So you can check it out, Motor City Underwriters, Northwest office call 341-4439. Or our East Side office is Prescott 66300. It's not my office, their office. Complete the cycle with motorcycle insurance from the specialists, Motor City Underwriters Incorporated. Our number here is 846-0472. I don't know if we'll answer the phone. The temperature is doing groovy things. And, everybody's happy, I guess. WKNR-FM, Dearborn, Michigan. What's this, Almus? Okay.
The Beatles, Glenn Campbell, the Beach Boys, Lou Rawls, Letterman, The Seekers, Chan and Jeremy, Bob Seger, SRC. It's just part of a long list of great artists, now on inexpensive 8-track. And that's only part of the great news. Now, Almus Hi-Fi Stereo has a capital tape radio special. Regular $6.98 8-tracks, now just $5.60. You can't beat it anywhere. Almus Hi-Fi Stereo on Michigan Avenue, just east of Greenfield, and 618 South Main in Ann Arbor. Prices that are music to your ears at Almus.
Next weekend, The Who, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. No age limit either night. The 3 nights, and they'll be on with Joe Crockett. Joe Cocker, not... I'm reading about Judge Crockett and getting the thing. He frees some ex-con again. But he says the police beat him up, and if if that's where they're at, then I suppose the judge knows what he's doing. At least he was sort of upheld by the recent Supreme Court decision. It's funny, the Detroit News and Free Press are all against Crockett. Yeah, as soon as justice starts hitting everybody equally, some of us get a little nervous, eh? If you're rich, everybody knows you have a better chance than if you're poor. WKNR-FM, Dearborn, Michigan, that's where it's happening. The weather is nice out. If you got your bike, probably too. But take your raincoat. It may rain a little bit tonight. And if you're into the mobile radio thing, Michigan Mobile Radio, the house that Crazy Jack built, has 2 locations that you can swing your old thing over to. One is at Livernois, a block south of 8 Mile. And the other one is Warren, 3 blocks east of Southfield. And you can get an FM tuner for $19.85 or an AM-FM combination for $34.95. And the price of an FM radio is so low that Crazy Jack can't even say it, man. So dig it if you want music in you. Then get an FM thing in there. Then you and I can be together. And if you're a chick, that's even more important. Crazy Jack, Michigan Mobile Radio. Tell them Uncle Russ sent you. See what they give you off. Give you a can of roach spray or something like that. Chuck Berry will be at the Rock and Roll Revival May 30, 31st, doing his number along with Sun Ra, Dr. John, the MC5, the Frost, Terry Reid, the whole mob.
minute I want my jockey to play. Roll over Beethoven, I gotta hear it again today. You know my temperature rising, the jukebox blowing a fuse. My heart beating rhythm and my soul keep a singing the blues. Roll over Beethoven, tell Tchaikovsky the news. I got the rockin' pneumonia, I need a shot of rhythm and blues. I caught the rolling arthritis sitting down at a rhythm review. Roll over Beethoven, they're rockin' in 2 by 2. Well, if you feel it and like it, go get your lover, then reel and rock it. Roll it over, then move on up. Just a try for further, then reel and rock with. Run another roll over Beethoven. Dig these rhythm and blues. Blue suede shoes. Hey, diddle, diddle, I'ma play my fiddle. Ain't got nothing to lose. Roll over Beethoven, tell Tchaikovsky the news. You know she wiggle like a glowworm, dance like a spinning top. She got a crazy partner, you ought to see him reel and rock. Long as she got a dime, the music won't never stop. Roll over Beethoven, 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 dig these rhythm and blues.
Roll over Beethoven. The kids up, what's that school they're messing? Can't find a place. Over at King High, Martin Luther King High School, have been messing around. That's a bummer, you know. I don't mind them messing around, but they shouldn't tear down everything. I don't care whether they're black, man. It doesn't put me uptight. You start messing around with violence, and it's a bummer. Period. It makes me establishment, and I'm establishment, eh? I think you have every right to protest and not make it to school if you don't want it. That's cool. But if some of the cats want to dig what's going down in the school, then you should, shut up. Because you're living in a society, and there are a lot of us in here. Not just you, baby. So the Bummer Award is the cats that are messing up Martin Luther King High. It's 4 minutes to 5 on WKNR-FM. Dearborn, Michigan, the sound of resistance in Detroit. This is Uncle Russ Gibb. That and a dime will buy you a cup of coffee. Who are you? What's really going on inside your head? What do you look like? I oftentimes wonder. I thank you for your letters. Shall we open up a little letter? See what we get. Here's some from Nashville, Tennessee. Oh, it's a hype. I don't know what this is about. Some hype. Throw it away. Jazz and pop, it's another hype. Go do your own thing for a while while I read them out. This is from Judith Bankett out in Burt Road in Detroit. She wants to know when Tim Buckley is going to be back or why he's only been at the ballroom once. Well, I got news for you. Tim has been to the ballroom about 4 times. Janeth, so I'm sorry to disappoint you. But, he'll come back. I haven't talked to Tim for a while. I have to get a hold of him. The number. And don't forget the Grandie comic books available at the Grandie Ballroom and your local head shop. If they don't have them, start demanding that they get them. It's Tales from the Ozone, the Grandy comic book. It's cost 50 cents. And you can get it up at the Grandy at the Coke Bar or the Hat Check or Coke Check or whatever you want. And the Grandy tour, we're still working on that, so don't lose heart, my friends. We're just trying to get the bus decorated now. It's a project that we're working on. Got an itchy ear. What does that mean? WKNR-FM, thank you for your letters and thank you for your phone calls. And most of all, thank you for being you. Thank you for, just getting to know you, finding out where you're at. Whether you're a greaseball, a G-ball, or whether you're a freak or a straight or a super frat. Did you see that thing in Action Age about the little cat from, I forget his name and her name, but they took this little cat, a little greaseball guy, and Divine Child, I guess he was from, and they sent him down to some slick hairdresser. They put hair straightener on the cat, and they cut his hair, and they cleaned him all up, and he came out looking like a pansy, They dressed him up as the, sort of the J.L. Hudson's idea of what's hip, Or New York idea of what's hip. It was unbelievably bad. Cat looked better as a grease than he ever did. They put sideburns on him, phony sideburns. Something that it's sort of like I Magazine when they wanted to make everything New Yorkish, where you're in. It's like reading 17 magazine. You ever read 17 magazine? It's a funny magazine. Everybody looks so nice that they must smell beautiful. Be the first in your neighborhood to smell good. I was out at the Grosse Pointe Country Club. Yeah, I thought that was sort of funny, too. I was sort of, I guess, on display there. I felt like a monkey in a zoo. And a lot of the parents came up and asked to the effect, my kid is burning incense upstairs. What should I do upstairs? What should I do? What do you think that he's... I said, no, he just wants the room to smell better. Tonight, Creedence Clearwater at the Ballroom. Make it down, $4.50. A lot of tickets at the door. They sound like this.
Just about a year ago, I set out on the road, seeking my fame and fortune, looking for a pot of gold. Things got bad and things got worse. I guess you know the tune. Oh Lord, stuck in a low die-up inn. Rode in on a Greyhound. I'll be walking out if I go. I was just passing through. Must be 7 months or more. Ran out of time and money. Looks like they took my friend. Oh Lord, I'm stuck in a old die-up inn. The man from the magazine said I was on my way. Somewhere I lost connection, ran out of songs to play. I came into town a one-night stand. Looks like my plan fell through. Oh Lord, stuck in a low die-up inn. If I only had $1 for every song I sung, every time I had to
Taj Mahal will be there tomorrow, 2:50, no age limit, down at the Grande Ballroom. We'll see you down there. It's 4 minutes after 5. This is me. Putting up with me. What are the Tigers doing? They doing anything? Let's see, what do we got going here? Oh, yeah. Scratchy ear. I still haven't heard from Dennis Day, who used to be with the union. Somebody told me he got canned, and I want to find out, what that was all about. And about the rock musicians, because someone was saying they were uptight that they haven't been represented properly. Find the story, and then I want Stoney from the Wilson Moore Pursuit thing to give me a call. Rap with her. Here's a pretty thing, Procol Harum. And by the way, I have this letter I'll bring you over tomorrow. Remember I announced that they were breaking up, the Procol Harum? And everybody gave me a little bit of you-know-what and said, no, ain't so. They were going to be out at the pub the next weekend, and Uncle Russ was just trying to mess up a show. Well, I got a letter from their manager, which I'm going to quote. And, in fact, if Tony Ray from Cream wants to publish it, you can have it. But I'll read it on the air to you tomorrow. And you're going to just see that what I said was true, because I'm not into that number. And speaking of numbers, somebody was going about jumping up and down on another thing, saying that we cause the prices to be high with the bands because we get into a number. I got news for you, baby. When I blow the lid off of that little story, it could be some embarrassed teddy bears. It's going to be not high, it's going to be low. Come on.
On deck, we'll run afloat. I heard the captain cry, explore the ship, replace the cook, let no one leave alive. Ships come home to die. No lofty peak, no fortress bold could match our captain's eye. burnt the mast and rowed from ship to shore. The captain cried, we sailors wept, our tears were tears of joy.
And the iguana is building up. A salty dog. The minutes are 10. And why is a big fella like you running around with long hair and a beard? What are you, some kind of sexual aberration or something? Why don't you be an American and get a haircut? Yeah, sure so. And you, honey, why don't you get a haircut? I don't know, what's your name? Laura what? Wargo. You ever read Key Largo? Did you ever read that book? You didn't? You ever see the movie? You ever hear anybody talk about Key Largo, the movie with Humphrey Bogart? Okay. What school you go to?
Wayne.
Wayne State University. Oh, the home of the South End. Yeah, Watson, I love him. He keeps attacking me. Not really, you know, he's in this thing.
Yeah, well, it's good to say.
Yeah, he's all right sometimes. Sometimes he's a bummer, you know. I get a little tired of him. You know, sometimes you begin to believe that the whole world owes the black man everything. That's a bummer, too. But in the same token, I understand why they're uptight after, you know, about how many years, 100 years since they've been freed, and they still haven't got their number. So I dig both sides, but I don't want to be held responsible for the mess-ups of my father, you know, or my grandfather. And that's a bummer.
You don't have much to say about that.
Yeah, right. It's not cool. What year are you in?
Freshman.
You're a freshman. What school did you come from?
Harper Woods High.
Oh, Harper Woods. That's on the edge of Judaism, isn't it? Oak Park?
No.
Harper Woods.
No, that's actually Grosse Point.
Oh, Grosse Point. That's right. Yeah, the points. Yeah. I was out there. My first experience at the Grosse Point Country Club. That was an education and a half on Wednesday. They get drunk in the middle of the week. Yeah, no, really. Yeah. Yeah, the society was all out there, and they were all hanging loose and getting down, doing their number. Actually, I had a lot of fun. The junior league is getting ready to put on a play. They want to have a hippie in it, so they had Father Confessor Uncle Russ down there advising them on the lingo, how to rap, which was sort of funny.
Yeah.
Because there is no rap. You've got this tape. You don't have a jack there for it.
No.
Well, let me see the machine. Put it on our garbage can here. We'll take a look at it. Do you have? Is there a plug like?
Yeah.
See if there's a plug. I might have this thing. Will this thing go in there? It's like a course. You gotta lay off this. Oh, by the way, if you want to get cancer, smoke a cigarette. Oh no, that's the regular. No, I mean the plug, like you take things out and without going through the number. Go listen to ABX for a minute while we try and figure this out.
It's over here.
Where?
I don't know whether
Yeah,
that would
see,
do it
no,
or not.
that's little plugs. We only have big plugs around here.
We got.
You got something in there? Yeah. Well,
This
wait.
is only for.
Well, wait. I don't know. No, we have a.
To plug it into a.
Yeah, but does that come out of there?
It was in,
See, we have another one that you can put into it, I think. Is there something hanging there? Look on the back there. Is there like a wire hanging loose? Yeah, this wouldn't work out too well, I don't think. If we just take it, how long is it?
about 12 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you take it out to the cat in the lobby and ask if he can record this some way in that other room for me and make it so that I can play it on our machines.
Okay.
And you do the number, and we'll get on with the music, I hear. Wait, I gotta see. Cancer, you don't want cancer, and you want to make sure that you get on a Michigan Mobile radio. And if you don't have the FM sound in your car, you're missing WKNR-FM. And you're also missing, what's that station right next to us? The Holy Roller Bible Thumper Hour. There's a religious station right close to us.
Oh, yeah, I heard it, but I never listened.
You can get revived and saved.
Yeah.
You get revived on their station and saved on ours. Anyway, the fact that you're missing some great jams, but that's easy to fix. You can get the FM sound from Michigan Mobile Radio. It comes in 3 varieties. An AM/FM tuner that converts stereo tape players to radio, just $19.85, and an AM/FM combination radio that costs only $34.95. Or an FM radio car, or a car radio. That would be more fun, an FM radio car, for a price that's too low to mention. Discover the world of FM at Michigan Mobile Radio and find out what you've been missing. They've got a couple locations. Livernois, block south of 8 Mile, and Warren Avenue, 3 blocks east of Southfield. You're doing your number there.
Yeah.
You're getting a pot belly like I am.
Yeah,
You've been eating well over there. What?
I've been doing that this winter.
Yeah. Did you see Creedence Clearwater yet?
No.
You didn't. You should go see them. I need your money. That's it, I know. The magic number to call is 846-0472, and this is Uncle Russ from the Grandy Ballroom, where Creedence Clearwater will do it tonight, and Taj Mahal tomorrow, and The Who next weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. No age limit.
Once upon a time, I met you
Dick Wagner and the Frost. Along with the MC5, one of the first bands to play at the ballroom. So were the SRC. About 3 years ago. So if you want to make it to where the real people hang out, where, you know, why go to the imitations? Go to the real thing. The home of music in Detroit. Okay, pimple lovers.
Your teenage years. Everyone says they're the best years of your life. Go out, have fun. But sometimes you can't. Something interferes. You're embarrassed because your skin's broken out. The solution isn't soap or cover-up creams. It's something that can get your skin really clean and protect against germs at the same time. It's new Hyperphase. We call it the clean, clear solution for skin problems. Just wash with Hyperphase instead of soap. Pour the clear blue liquid in your hands, add water, and lather it onto your face. Rinse and towel dry. You may feel a little drying sensation. Hyperphase works to clean and clear away the dirt and oil that can clog pores and cause blemishes. What's more, Hyperphase leaves your skin with continuous antibacterial protection. It's so effective even hospitals use it. Hyperphase. Wash with it regularly. You'll see. Hyperphase is really the clean, clear solution for skin problems.
I love pimples. It's sort of nice to have your own pimples. What do you want? What are you peeping around here for? Yeah.
Well, if you want us to re-record that thing,
Yeah.
then I need a reel of tape.
Oh, a reel of tape. You mean the great WKNR complex doesn't have a reel of tape? You mean that AM monster over there doesn't have some tape?
All the blank tapes, the tapes that we can use are all locked up on the...
They got them locked up. Trusting brothers, aren't they? Could you do it if we had a tape?
I can do it because his tape recorder, we can patch it.
I see. Can you patch it here and play it direct? Do you know how to do that? See, I don't understand all these holes here and these jacks and things.
If they're marked, I can do it. But
Well, this is the one they put in. I know that. I mean, I know that's... I've seen John Small stick things in there. Yeah, right in there is where he puts it. But I don't know.
you could, more than likely, but
See, this cat has that tape. I want to hear it. And put it on the air so the folk can hear. So the brothers and sisters can get on with us.
Is there any way we can do it? We can try it so it doesn't have to go over the air before we can...
No, let's mess it up on the air.
We're
Who
gonna
cares?
mess it up on the air.
This is not AM WKNR. This is FM.
We want to make it so.
Sound of Resistance. Uncle Russ, go ahead. Do it. Bring your thing in here. George, where did you get that thing? Oh, yeah, was that a plant? Did you get that from selling all those snowmobiles this winter?
No, I got that for my birthday.
Your wife gave you that?
No, my boy gave me
Your
that.
son gave you that. Gee, that's a good looking.
I don't know, there might be a hit. Maybe he thinks I should go hang myself.
No, I think he thinks you're turning hip there. He's probably telling you to lay off those cigarettes. You're looking so healthy. From a man that was you looked so terrible when you first came to work. You were really...
Well, it's like they say. When you go down so far, the only place
You can go is up. It's so good to see you looking healthy.
Feel great.
I used to watch you when I was a kid on TV, you know, because you had that great big car. You had all those fancy automobiles and things like that, and you were like a hero to me.
Well,
and,
you go through that stage.
Yeah, right. You know, people in the business, and to see you coming back because, gee whiz, you had the last rites a couple times, too.
3 times.
3 times.
But you know me. I get a
you're
contract,
indestructible.
I'm not about to leave.
How do you get all those big, juicy contracts on TV, though? You must have a lot of connections in this town.
I used to have.
You must still. I see you on the Sears commercials, and I hear your voice
I'm
on
going
others.
back into television work. I just stayed away from the camera because of the weight problem.
Yeah, but now you're gaining back, so you're looking healthy again. Okay.
So I'll tell you about my contacts.
All right, in a few weeks. Okay, chance of a brief thunder shower this afternoon. Come in. And clearing and cooler tonight. The temperature is 71 now, and tomorrow will be sunny and pleasant. So if you're planning to do your motorcycle thing, you know, that ought to be fun. What was your name again? I forgot.
Don.
Don what?
Coppin.
Yeah, we can think about that for a little while. Okay, we're going to try and do a number while they're figuring out how to mess up the equipment here on WKNR. We're going to play the hoo-hoo
We'll be at the ballroom Friday, Saturday, and Sunday next week. $5, no agent limit, every night, you know, anybody can come in.
Happy Jack wasn't old, but he was a man. He lived in the sand at the Isle of Man. The kids would all sing, he would take them on feet. So they rode on his head in the hurry donkey. They couldn't stop Jack on the water, and they couldn't prevent Jack from being happy. They couldn't stop Jack or the water's happy. And they couldn't prevent Jack from being happy. Jack, they grind, grind, grind. They drop things on his back. Line, 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 line. They couldn't stop Jack or the water laughing. And they couldn't prevent Jack from being happy.
Okay, The Who. They'll be doing their opera Tommy at the ballroom, too, the rock opera, which will be sort of interesting next week. Okay, the brains of the WKNR first office are now getting ready to stick it in. There it goes. Ooh. Are you sure that's the right mix?
No.
Now, what do we do? I mean, you got any ideas? I think you turn these pots up somehow.
We have to have the tape machine on. Put the other level on. The other
This way.
No, yeah, that's it.
Okay. And we're trying to get something to work here for you. So just have patience. This is another Uncle Russ spectacular.
You know what volume I'm supposed
No, we don't even know how to get the sound out of there into that other funny machine.
Put both on tape pops up, because I don't know which machine it's going through.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Oh, that's good.
That's the one it's going to.
I like that. Do that again. That would sound good. We put it on record and call Wayne Kramer and we'll have a hit.
Is that nothing?
I don't know. I think there's something
Start
there.
it. Anything?
Started out, who killed the Kennedys? When after all, it was you and me.
My brother need not be idealized or enlarged in death beyond what he was in life. To be remembered simply as a good and decent man who saw wrong and tried to right it, saw suffering and tried to heal it, saw war and tried to stop it.
Come, you masters of war. He blesses the boys as they stand in line. The smell of gun grease and their bayonets they shine. He's there to help them all that he can. To make them feel wanted, he's a good holy man.
I think that what we're doing at the present time in Vietnam is a mistake.
To die so young in an unknown land where the shame of blood on no one's hands, and all whose hearts with guilt began. The one who sent him out, the one who shot him down.
God bless America.
Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. Eastern world, it is exploding, violence flaring, bullets loading. You're old enough to kill, but not for voting. You don't believe in war, but what's that gun you're toting? And even the Jordan River has bodies floating.
It is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government.
Four years after the revolution and the old king's execution, 4 years after, remember how those courtiers took their final bow. String up every aristocrat, out with the priests and let them live on their fat.
And then one day, a letter came, and on that day I knew right there our roads had changed. It called for him to fight for us. He's surrender to your king, accepting all his word of being. Till you find out too late, it's you for faith. And brothers, can't you see, this is not the way we put an end to war. We're all one. Your neighbor is your brother. Son is your son. We're all one. I can't imagine any greater need than those to treat each other just like we like to be. It's a gap just knowing what is yet done. Now let's get together, gotta get together one by one. Come on,
Tell me, say, what kind of men
What has violence ever accomplished?
Which way America? Brothers and sisters, the time has come for each and every one of you to decide whether you are going to be the problem or whether you are going to be the solution. A holy man was hoping that you reap exactly what you sow. So I think I'll spend for love and peace and wait for it to grow. In the meantime, I can help someone who's falling to his knees. Got to make all men your brother if you want the whole world free. I gotta have and I gotta have. I got a song and sing, sing my love in his life. Any time of justice into the freedom and song that has to be a burden all in his life. This time of justice into the freedom and song that has to be a burden all in his Which way America? Love is all around me. Forgive what you do.
All these bugles crying for squads of young men drilled to kill and to be killed, stood waiting by this train. Why the orders loud and hoarse? Why the engines groaning cough as it strains to drag us off into the Holocaust? My crowds who sing and cry and shout and fling us flowers and trade their right for ours to murder and to die. The dove has torn her wings, so no more songs of love. We are not here to sing, we're here to kill the dove.
You're soldiers of God, you must understand. The fate of your country is in your hands. May God give you strength, do your job real well. If it all was worth it, only time it will tell. In the morning they return with tears in their eyes. The stench of death drifts up to the skies. A young soldier so ill looks at the sky pilot, remembers the words, thou shalt not kill. He was 18 and he had to die. And to this day, God knows I don't know why. To be so young, it's such what was gained, for what was
Well, what can I say? It was pretty interesting. When did you do that? When did you put that together?
Yeah, it took us about 3 weeks.
Who are we?
My brother and
Well, come in here a little bit, sir.
my brother and a couple of friends of ours got together and
You did a number on it.
yeah.
Sort of like a sound essay.
Yes.
Did you just do it on the little Sony? Or did you have,
Well, we had a tape recorder that we plugged that into.
Mm-hmm. Did you?
Not a tape recorder, a record player.
But you didn't use any splices on
No,
it. You just
we just
did
did
the
it
thing
off
on the record player, yeah. I got something I want you to hear that you may have not heard. It's by Dr. John. I don't know, do you know who Dr. John is? The Night Tripper? You see, to me, Dr. John is one of the people who are educating that haven't been heard of yet. There's been no hype behind Dr. John. And I've got him coming to our rock and roll revival, May 30, 31. And at that, the only reason we brought Dr. John down is that he's going to educate some heads. He's going to put your mind where it belongs. And well, let me play this thing instead of telling you about it, and you'll see what I'm trying to say. But when they see Sun Ra, their heads are going to jump up and down too, Because you've never seen Sun Ra?
No.
Okay. That's part of the educational process that I've decided has to go down in town. I'm so tired of the big giant hypes, the super slick groups that aren't saying anything. And all they're interested in is playing at the, what's that joint down there, the Cobo Arena. Missing is gladiators and blood on the floor, but, and the Olympia, where obviously the gladiators have been on the floor, and there is blood. But anyway, let me put this little thing on. It's called The Flag Wavers, if I can find it for you, by Dr. John. It's from his album called Dr. John. And Babylon, which is really quite a play on words. Come on, Dr. John, get going here.
Carry a baseball bat, I sang about down on the corner of 6th and Main Street. Stick all the communists in one neighborhood. Terrorize their children and we'll feel real good. Sing about it. Down on the corner of 6th and Main Street. I belong to the KKK and the NAACP. I'm a Berkeley student in the John Boyd Society. A missile erector, propaganda collector. A women's elector, Castro defector. A medical dissector, states' rights protector. Professional soldier, conscience objector. Hell's Angel member of the Black Panther Party. Communist member since early 1940. A digger, a hippie, ass ahead and sing. Daughter of the revolution, a Minuteman in war paint. Divided we stand, multiplied we fall. Overpopulation, my call. I'm black and I'm white, and I come in every color. A student, a teacher, now I don't know. My hawk, a dove, known as a hate monger. Old as a hill, but I'm feeling a little younger. Righteously righteous, stone justly just. Faithful in need of everyone's trust. Lord to the Lord, just painted my garage. Notice when your family sees me coming, they begin to duck and dodge. Gourmet chef, the charcoal barbecue. Transplanted heart, soul to the soul of my shoe. Might think I'm crazy, you might think that I'm insane. Never know the secret that lies hidden in my brain. My 100% for Uncle Sam. A patriotic flag wave is what I am. All the communists down in one neighborhood. Terrorize the children, we feel real good. Down on the corner of 6th and Main Street. Send all the draft card pointers back to Vietnam. If they protest over there, you know that I won't give a damn. I'm 100% for Uncle Sam. A patriotic flag wave is what I am. Terrorize the children. We feel real good. Down on the corner of 6th and Main Street. Send all the draft card pointers back to Vietnam. If they protest over there, you know that I won't give a damn. I'm 100% for Uncle Sam. A patriotic flag wave is what I am.
What did you do with the Kleenex box? They pop out, you know. And the plastic bag has taken over the world. It's 11 minutes until 6. This is Uncle Russ. Russ Gibb, that and a dime. We'll buy you a cup of coffee. And who are you? What do you really look like? What do you got going on behind those eyes? If we'd only open up, what evil lurks in the minds of men, eh? Did you see Charlie yet?
No.
You gotta go see that. It's an interesting flick. Creedence Clearwater. They're gonna do it tonight with The Litter. Right on stage, The Litter. It's gonna be a marvelous thing. Oh, I saw Randy McDonald? Bobby McDonald? Who's the guy McDonald Hamburgers, the clown? He was at the opening. I saw him today. Out there hyping all the little children to buy McDonald's hamburgers. Randy McDonald, that was his name. Who? Oh, Ronald McDonald. That's right, Ronald McDonald. I'm glad you know that. Did you get hyped by him? He looked like a dirty old man to me, frankly, dressed up, offering little candies to all those little children. Come here, little girl, would you like a piece of candy? Really strange. Had a Santa Claus thing. Anyway, Creedence Clearwater will do it tonight, 4:50, and come on down. There are tickets available at the Grandy Ballroom. That's on Grand River and Joy. Well, Beverly, 1 block south of Joy. Live dangerously. And at that point, tomorrow, Taj Mahal will be in doing the thing for $250. It's $450 tonight, which is really a low price, because the churls are there, too. And the next weekend, The Who will be jumping up and down, along with Joe Crocker. Joe Cocker is a guy from England, and he sounds like this.
Tonight as I stand inside the rain, everybody knows that River's got new clothes. Lately I've seen her ribbons and her bows, and the problems from a curve. How she takes just like a woman, and she makes love just like a woman. Oh, and she aches just like a woman. Oh, but she breaks up like a little girl. She's my friend. I believe I'll go and see her again. Ain't no one has to guess that baby can be blessed. Tennessee finds out she's like all the rest, with her hope, her amphetamine, and the pearls. Well, she takes just like a woman, and she makes love just like a woman. Oh, and she aches just like a woman. Yeah, but she breaks up like a little girl. It was a rain from the first. there's a pain in here. Oh, I can't stand here. I declare. Oh, I must admit, I believe that's time for us to quit. And when we meet again and introduce as friends, please don't let on that you knew me when I was hungry and it was your world. Well, you take just like a woman. Oh, and you make love to me just like a woman. Said you fair just like a woman. Well, but you break up like a little girl. Breaking like a girl. I don't know what I'm gonna do. 'Cause you just like a little girl. Seems I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. Yeah, my little girl.
That's Joe Cocker. He'll be along with The Who next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There'll be no age limit. Hello, John Small.
Hello, Russ.
Okay, I gotta, get going here and do my number, but I suppose I can sneak in a little bit of The Who here. Just a quickie.
WKNR presents Janis Joplin, along with Country Joe and the Fish and Teagarden and Van Winkle, Saturday, May 10th, 8:30 p.m. at Cobo Hall. Tickets are priced at $6.50, $5.50, $4.50, and $3.50 and are available at Cobo Hall, box office, and all J.L. Hudson Company stores except budget stores.
Janis Joplin in concert, produced in association with John Sarkeesian.
Janis is producing with John Sarkeesian. That's an interesting show. I'm in love with Janis Joplin. Creedence Clearwater, that's where we got to go and do it at the ballroom tonight, so we'll see you down there. Thank you for putting up with me. But most of all, just thank you for being you, okay? We'll see you tomorrow around noon.
I lit my purest candle close to mine window, hoping it would catch the eye of any vagabond who passed it by. And I waited in my fleeting house. Before he came, I felt him drawing near. As he neared, I felt the ancient fear that he had come to wound my door and jeer. And I waited in my fleeting house. Tell me stories, I called to the hobo. Stories of cold, I smiled at the hobo. Stories of old, I knelt to the hobo. And he stood before my fleeting house. No, said the hobo, no more tales of time. Don't ask me now to wash away the grime. I can't come in 'cause it's too high a climb. And he walked away from my fleeting house. And you be damned, I screamed to the hobo. Leave me alone, I wept to the hobo. Turn into stone, I knelt to the hobo. And he walked away from my fleeting house.
This is WKNR-FM Dearborn.
Jimi Hendrix, back in Detroit. Jimi Hendrix, back in Detroit. Jimi Hendrix, Detroit, May 2nd.
Jimi Hendrix put on. There was a buttercup in an opera, too. Oh, HMS Pinafore, yeah. Gilbert and Sullivan. Sounds like an attorney's firm. Yeah. That was HMS Pinafore. That was Sir Joseph Porter, KCB, First Lord of the Admiralty. He polished up the handle on the big brass door, and he polished up the handle so carefully that now I am the ruler of the Queen's Navy. And there's a moral in that, son. If you polish up the right apples, you too can end up as president of the Detroit News. Or you could be Judge Crockett's assistant. Or Johanna Spring. That sounds like a fairy tale. Somebody that should write fairy tales, huh? Johanna Spring. He's the police commissioner, dummy. Well, are you riding around in your automobile today? Have you got your thing going? Are you blasting it out? Are you in a drive-in? All right, let's all holler out a four-letter word together. You ready? 1, 2... Now wait, do we all know what four-letter word we're going to holler out together? We're going to knock everything over together. Make sure the manager knows what you... Turn the radio way up loud, all right. 4 letters. Love, I'm thinking. Love, of course. Love. This place has a terrible echo. Very echoey in here. Sounds like I'm in a can. Sardine type. WKNR-FM, the sound of resistance. And this is me in the Grandy Ballroom all by myself. In between records, I sweep up your Dixie cups and take the bubble gum off the floor. They're talking about painting the ballroom next week. Yeah. Yeah, Tom Wright and the hardcore are really into that thing. Really, they love that building. They're going to refinish the floor, and they've had architects over there. Yeah, well, it used to be a mattress factory. I could make some comments about that, but I don't want to go into that at all. After all, I've been to Cobo Arena. I know what's going down there. Well, it's always interesting to know that you and your parents are getting on well these days. You've left home. It's amazing how well you can get on with your parents after you split, Okay, what can I say but I love you? Go on, play some music, Gibb.
Don't worry about the after, 'cause all of us just have to do
inside. Don't run and hide. It's all outside. Inside. Outside. Outside. Inside out. Outside here. All I need is where I've been. You hump, you bump, you blow it in. And that'll put a hair on your chinny chin chin. His house is made of sticks, and he knows just how to mix with his friends, the people on his lawn. But what he doesn't know is that they're the ones that glow, 'cause they've got the feeling deep outside inside. Our house is made of love, and what we're dreaming of is the thought of love, the light on our eyes. We don't need the house of stone, 'cause we have all been shown the road to happy smiles, the cares and woes are gone. When you know it's glowing, then you will be knowing, but be sure to save a taste for your wife.
Son's a Champlain, I think. He got a stiff neck. Can you tell? His neck is stiff this morning. No, I have a feeling that it was... you get some of that stuff inside you. Well, it's 9 minutes until 2 o'clock. And this is Russ Gibb. Uncle Russ. Everybody's uncle. The way I get hit up sometime, I begin to believe it, you know. But I thank you for your letters. We'll have to go get those and read some of them. They're always fun.
Maybe Gary sends one.
Well, maybe Gary sent another one here. WKNR-FM, that's where you're tuned. Where are we on the dial, by the way?
100.3.
100.3. Sounds like you ought to take something for a fever. Yes, 1, 2, 3, we press that button.
Hoi Tai Loves You Productions presents Led Zeppelin and Spirit along with the Illinois Speed Press. It happens May 16th, 8 p.m., Olympia Stadium. Tickets are $5.50, $4.50, and $3.50. They're available at Olympia Box Office, Hudson's, and Grinnell's. A Howard Tyner production in association with Revolution Enterprises.
Gee, we've all gotten fancy names now. Translove, Revolution Enterprises. Wasn't that the Beatles' idea? I guess they went into the song Revolution. Okay, on we go. And you're going to get the mail or you're knocking the door, eh? You're going out to have some pop or something. So what else you want to know?
Well, like we were talking about this, but you're sort of like in a position where you have, influence. Right?
Yeah, well, I get rapped for that too, you know. Yeah, I guess I am in a position to influence some people. But that's sort of tragic when you get right down to it. You know, people should make up their own mind. I'm only one guy, and... Pardon me?
Some people aren't even exposed, you have to expose and not, propaganda.
Yeah, but it's very hard to separate. You know, what's propaganda? Propagate means to spread. And the word propaganda comes from the Catholic Church. They developed an office of propaganda to spread the faith. And it took on a connotation of a bad word, Propaganda seems to be lies. We took that on after Hitler, the fascist idea of the propaganda minister and things. But it doesn't necessarily have to be bad. No, I guess I am in a position to influence some people, but
when we try and say that one guy could relate to everybody, that's impossible, you know. I can't please everybody, and nor do I attempt to please everybody. I can only do my own thing. And I try and understand that each of us has our limitations as a human being. Many people have great ideas, you know. And some of us are lucky enough to be able to work our ideas into fulfillment, and others meet failure. However, just remember that I fail more than I succeed, okay? Not only as a human being, but as a businessman and things of this nature, too. So I try and live my life every day with the thought that hate and jealousy, which does exist in me, I try and be conscious of it, you see, and push it out of the way. And I try and love a little bit more than I hate. I don't always succeed, you know. Okay? But at least I try that. I try consciously thinking about other people and how they feel. A lot of people say, well, you know, you've made it. You know, you're successful. What's success? That you have a new motorcycle? Okay, possibly. That you live in two worlds? Possibly. But success to me is the setting up of different goals. As soon as you achieve one, you move on to something else. And it's in the striving that I find the interest. For instance, I have a goal that I want to loaf, you know. To me, the ideal situation is when I just have enough bread to exist, and hop on the bike and go up north and do the Henry David Thoreau. Was it Henry David or David Henry? Henry David Thoreau, the thing. Yeah, and get away and commune with nature and things. That's where real happiness is. People also really don't know what goes down in any given thing. For instance, I have no idea what it's like to be a newspaper reporter or working on a newspaper. I've never done that. It might seem very easy on the surface, but I'm sure there are a lot of hassles in politics and things that go on. People look at the ballroom and they say, hey man, all you have to do is get a place to put it on, put a dance on, and you're in. Well, it's not quite that simple. But a lot of people feel that they want to try these things. And I say that the only thing I've ever regretted in my life are those things that I haven't tried. Now, I don't think it's any secret that I want to get my mitts on a radio station. That's my big goal right now. And I want to have a radio station because I've had strong feelings of how radio stations should be run, and what's going down, and the type of music that I'm interested in, and the type of people that I'd like to communicate to and with. And I think Detroit's two underground stations, ABX and WKNR, I don't consider XYZ underground yet because it's automated. There's something about that machine thing that bugs me a little bit. But they're both community-orientated stations, and I have a feeling that both could do more than they're doing. Both have interesting hypes. I think ABX probably gets to the Wayne campus type person more so than Keener, but then we're out into suburbia more, you know, where the prisoners are. The Liberator may be down around Wayne, but the prisoners are on suburbia land, and that's the one that we get out to. And I'm not sure that one is more important than the other, you know. It takes two to tango. WABX is a good station, and I listen to it a lot. Carlisle is particularly pleasing to me in the evening, and yet I also find that there are times that I find myself saying they work too hard at being underground, sometimes straining, which may be, criticisms you level at us also. And besides, I have the feeling that people like Carlyle and Dixon and Jerry Goodwin and John Small, that actually people would build up a feud between us. And we all know one another, and as human beings, we're all trying to do the same thing. We're trying to communicate with people, and we're trying to play music. And about now, some wise guy who's sitting in a carload of people says, well, why doesn't he shut up and play music instead of rap? I'm paranoid about that, but I also think that words are important. It's 2 o'clock on WKNR. And did I put the Led Zeppelin thing on? Yeah, I played that. Okay. This is Russ Gibb from the Granny Bowl. Don't forget tonight, the return of Iggy. Iggy's returning! The Psychedelic Stooges at the Grandy, no age limit. The admission is $2.50. Come down. Be the first in your neighborhood to freak out. And if your hair is long, that's even better. Let your hair grow down to there. Right down to there. Be the first on your swimming team to drive your coach into the water. My boys are all American types. Oh, well, what can you do? It's windy, warm this afternoon, particularly warm and windy here. The windy part, particularly. I like Bob Dylan.
One more night, the stars are in sight, but tonight I'm as lonesome as can be. Oh, the moon is shining bright, lighting everything in sight, but tonight no light will shine on me. Oh, it's shameful and it's sad, I lost the only pal I had. I just could not be what she wanted me to be. I will turn my head up high to that dark and rolling sky, but tonight no light will shine on me. I was so mistaken when I thought that she'd be true. I had no idea what a woman in love would do. One more night, I will wait for the light, while the wind blows high above the tree. Oh, I miss my darling so, I didn't mean to see her go, but tonight no light will shine on me. Shining bright, and the wind blows high above the tree. Oh, I miss that woman so, I didn't mean to see her go, but tonight no light will shine on me. Darling, I'll counting on you. Tell me that it isn't true. I know that some other man is holding you tight. It hurts me all over. It doesn't seem right. All of these awful things that I have heard, I don't want to believe them. All I want is your word. So darling, you better come through. Tell me that it isn't true. All of these awful things that I have heard, I don't want to believe them. All I want is your word. So darling, I'm counting on you. Tell me that it isn't true. Got the hog's head up on his toes. Oh me, oh my, love that country pie. Listen to the fiddler play when it's playing till the break of day. Oh me, oh my, love that country pie. Raspberry, strawberry, lemon and lime, what do I care? Blueberry, apple, cherry, pumpkin and plum. Call me for dinner, honey, I'll be there. Saddle me up my big white goose, tie me on and turn her loose. Oh me, oh my, love that country pie. I don't need much, that ain't no lie. Ain't running any race. Get to me my country pie, I won't throw it up in anybody's face. Take me up that old Beach Street, little Jack Horner got nothing on me. Oh me, oh my, love that country pie. The window, throw my suitcase out there too. Throw my troubles out the door, I don't need them anymore, 'cause tonight I'll be staying here with you. I should have left this town this morning, but it was more than I could do. Oh, your love comes on so strong, and I've waited all day long for tonight when I'll be staying here with you. Is it really any wonder, the love that a stranger might receive? cast your spell and I went under. I find it so difficult to leave. I can hear that red sun blowing. I see that station master too. If there's a poor boy on the street, then let him have my seat. 'Cause tonight I'll be staying here with you. Throw my ticket out the window. Throw my suitcase out there too. Throw my troubles out the door. I don't need them anymore. 'Cause tonight I'll be staying here with you.
Felix T. Cantor was going with that. Is she Japanese or Chinese? Filipino, with her hair all the way down to her. Whew, beautiful. She lives in Livonia, Michigan, of all places. We may have to make that a stop in the Grandy tour, the Grandy trip of suburbia, make Livonia. She looked like Onono, what's her name? Onoko? Onoko is a no-no. Take that little honey home to Ma. Ma, I'm going to marry a Japanese girl. No, a Philippine girl. Yeah, that would freak him out in suburbia, wouldn't it? It's like when you bring home a black girl and announce that you're in love with her. That always makes the parents a little bit nervous, particularly if they're a wasp. Okay, it's 12 minutes after 2 o'clock. On a Sunday, is the sun still shining? Really nice, huh? That's really great. This is Russ Gibb from the Grandy Ballroom. We're broadcasting live right from the ballroom. Got some early customers here to see Iggy tonight. Oh, I see, dear. You're here to see Creedence Clearwater.